Everybody nowadays is on their mobile phones, and we have something as powerful as WhatsApp, where we get groups that you're added into, and you've got the status. When you upload a status, up to even hundreds of people can just view it within an instant of a second. So talk to me about the power really of your status and your WhatsApp to really sell your product and push your brand and grow.
It's important. It's very important for your brand to have that voice online. It's important for people to be able to follow you, to follow your growth process. You know, the one thing I have, so when I sit with older business owners, people who've had businesses for 20 plus years, and they tell me, oh, you know, Grace, I'm looking for people who are buying products, and that's very important, and I will help you get that. But also what you're trying to do is grow with your clients. A 19-year-old might not be able to buy a product now, but 5 years from now, they'll look back and remember, I saw those guys selling that thing, you know, and that's also very important to have those people coming back, you know, retain your audience. Yeah.
Who is your biggest target market? Who are the biggest people that you actually work with on a day-to-day basis?
Well, millennials, to be honest. I help, because there are people out here with brilliant ideas, brilliant, oh my goodness, people who just are trying to change the universe, and it's incredible what people can do. And so we try and help in any way that we can, honestly. Older business owners obviously also need help coming into the digital age, which we're happy to help it with, but millennials really need that support.
Would you say that millennials have the kind of financing and resources really to utilize a platform like yours? And what really is the solution then moving on?
No. First of all, in today's age, a lot of the youth are already deep into debt. It's really horrible, the type of, we don't have any financial education moving forward. Even me, before I started this business, I got into the business and I had my former partner, and he was supposed to handle, you know, the admin, and I was just handling innovation and strategy. But at some point, as a business owner, you need to be able to work every angle, and you learn on the job, and that's the most important thing. You don't have to know what you're doing, just start, and I promise you'll learn on the job.
What's the downside about being in business in the digital space, where it's very competitive and a lot of people are entering the market and it could be even saturated? What's the downside?
Well, actually, for example, this year, there's been a lot of people currently entering the market. Some people are very well funded. Some people have a lot of experience. When you're coming in as a millennial, as young as I am, you don't have all the experience in all these type of industries out there. We plan to grow with your business, but there are a lot of people who coming in with such a competitive edge. They're coming in with oomph into the market. They have a plan of action. So that's very important for you to have if you're going to get into business right now. Just try and understand what it is you're trying to do. You know, just create a goal maybe for a year, 2 years, and then go from there. Yeah.
All right. For anyone who's actually watching and wants to get into the same space as you're in right now, what kind of capital do they need to be looking at?
Okay. So first of all, the best thing is, one, you can work from home. That's very possible. Two, if you're going to get any help, it's important to have partners, people who believe in your business, who understand what you're trying to accomplish, people who share the same vision as you. That way you can divide the work amongst yourselves, and you don't have to pay for employees. And so money, I feel like whatever you have, we can make it work. It can be as low as 50,000. To be honest, low as 50,000, you can make that work. It's just a matter of getting up, you know, understanding where you want to go. Write a lot of proposals. You're going to have to write a lot of proposals. Understand your way around an Excel sheet, and I feel like you can grow from as low as 50,000. Honestly. All
right, you've talked about as low as 50,000 and your own journey starting off really in this particular area. So, but most youth you'll find in Kenya can't really afford that kind of money. Today being that important day, what would you tell them to do in order to create that kind of money to start off?
I would like to say save, but that also takes a really long time for a lot of millennials who are not very patient. Get yourself around circles of people who understand what you're trying to grow. From there, ideas would start bouncing. You see, that's how I started, actually. If I can give you our story, I wrote a proposal to my former partner now, and he was working with a couple of brand visibility online. So we started talking, and then before you know it, he was like, because he was really happy with the results that we got, he was like, you know what, we can try and sell this to people. So that's what I literally writing proposals, sending them to people, and then people, if whoever is interested will call you in for a meeting, whoever's not interested will not call you in for a meeting, and then going from there, you get your first client, you get your second client, you get your third client, and then now you realize, okay, this is a thing. Yeah.
All right, talk to me about, digital and modern methods of marketing and growing your brand. So how do you really steps practical things that one can do in order to grow their brand visibility
Yeah.
and do so on whatever budget that they're on.
Yes.
Some practical steps that actually they can begin to apply.
Well, for millennials and if you're watching, first of all, is increase social media, okay? As in, it doesn't matter if you have 200 followers or 200,000 followers. The fact that you have that voice online, that's really good. Second is a website, okay? Wix offers websites for as low as $3, I think. Like, yeah, just choose a website. You can learn how to customize it yourself. You don't need to pay for someone, you know. That's also how I got into web design, is I just had to do it myself. I couldn't afford to give someone else to do it for me. Yeah, and then understand which target market, who you're trying to target in the market, right? Write proposals and send them out. Really, you'll send 100 proposals and 10 people get back out to you, and then out of that 10, 2 will be your first 2 clients. So yeah, just make sure you make some noise. Yeah, and save money. Don't spend a lot of money you don't need to spend.
Okay, perhaps then we can talk about that in another show, how really you should allocate your resources when it comes to marketing. And I actually want to know, you talked about growing your following. So if you have 200 or 10 people and you want to get to 10,000 or 1 million, what do you need to do really?
Well, as a millennial, the one thing I know that we have that you can really take advantage is your contact list. Seriously. I know everyone right now, if you join from Facebook to Instagram, if you open a new account, connect it to your Instagram account from your Facebook account, those are at least 60 followers, pap, like that, at least. From, you know, even if you have as low as 300 friends on Facebook. So yeah, start with your own network. Use your family, use your friends. Your mom knows a lot of people, your dad knows a lot of people. Yeah, just use the people around you. That's your strongest resource at this point, is your contact list. Yes, use them.
If the millennial or the person out there who is looking to grow their brand or their business online can already do these things by applying these things, then why should they already look for a firm or a consultancy company like yours in order to actually get that boost? Why should they do that?
Well, because like I said, as a millennial, I'm not coming to you as I know everything. You know, I don't know exactly what you need to do to grow your business. What I promise is that you will get partners who will learn and grow with your business. We are trying to help make it better. You know, sometimes making some decisions is really better when you do it with a team as opposed to doing it alone. Just sit around a table, brainstorm. That really helps. It really helps. And at the end of the day, we actually also teach you to do it yourself. So I'm not trying to get you into a lifetime commitment of paying me retainer every month. Like after 6 months, I want you to be able to run this thing yourself. I want you to be able to teach people to run this thing yourself. Yeah, and that's another important thing, is millennials need to teach each other. There's a lot of information coming out these days, and yeah, if you know something and somebody else needs their help, just help someone learn something new. It really, really helps. Get into support groups, stuff like that, yeah.
Talk to me about the future. Where is the future of, you know, branding, digital space, marketing? What is the next step?
I think we're here. Social media. I think this is it. This is social. We haven't really learned how to use social media to the fullest. That's why you'd even see YouTube personalities in Kenya would not compare to YouTube personalities in the States. You know, we haven't really learned how to cup it 100%. So yeah, I feel like we're here right now, and we need to just learn. Yeah, no one knows everything. An expert these days is not a person who's studied. It's a person who's willing to know, to learn how to make it work. You know, if I give you something new, you learn how to make it work. No one needs you to know everything. They just want to know that you can learn how to do it. Yeah.
With one of the challenges being that you work with millennials and sometimes they don't have the money. What really actually sets you back in your business when you're trying to expand and grow, other than just the fact that the youth might not have the funds and resources to actually grow their businesses?
Well, like I said, partnerships. If you do not have the money to pay me, because I understand, I have been there, what else can we do? We can barter trade. Which also really helps, as in, yeah, that's also very good for your business. Learn to barter trade with other business owners. There needs to be a business owner support group for millennials out here. People are suffering. So yeah, just barter trade. Money, at the early stages, yes, it's very important to make money. But sometimes that friendship, you know, that would last 30 years plus in your business's lifetime is worth it. It's really worth it, yeah.
What's been consistent with what you've been telling us is that actually you need to learn how to use it. You need to learn how to actually tap into social media. But really, are there enough teaching platforms that tell, and really, how can you learn how to do it then?
Every day, let me tell you something. Every day, Google Analytics releases a new class, releases a new strategy, releases new guidelines, workshops. Every day you have to learn. Just sign up for seminars online, sign up for Facebook talks, sign up to talk to professionals on Facebook. Every day something changes. You learn this thing and then you're a professional. 2 years later, it is completely out of reach. Like, it's changed 100%. You have to learn the whole process again. So yeah, in social media, you can't learn everything. You grow. You have to grow constantly. Those are the experts. People who tell you that they know everything, lies. Yeah.
For Chilli Lemon Digital, really, where are you looking to grow from here?
Well, yeah, we want to go across industries. I want to tap into at least everything. Like I said, I'm here to grow and I'm here to learn. I'd love to make money in the process. But I think the knowledge is much needed. There's not a lot of people who are helping us millennials acquire this knowledge. So yeah, I would love to tap into every type of industry out there, learn how to make a couple of things work, and then be able to teach other people so they can be able to also do the same thing. Yeah.
Talk to me about the packages. For example, you're a millennial or a business person walking into your business and wants to get started and actually get help growing their brand from zero or wherever it is that they are to the next level. What kind of finances do I need?
Okay, so I do have a rate card. Normally, obviously, if you send me an email, I would send it to you. But then the rate card is just an opening point. Like you said, a lot of millennials would look at it and be like, you know, and then that's the next question comes in. Because you've come into my office, you've told me what you want. I've told you what I would try and do. I've told you which social media we're going to tap into, what offline also methods, because I also do offline methods if someone need me. Yeah, so I'd ask you, okay, so depending on what I have just told you, I'm going to do for you, how much do you think is fair for us to do this? What do you think would be a fair amount for me to be able to do this work for you? Yeah, and then we just talk.
Right, and maybe for a final question, how are you able to track the results of what it is that you've been doing? For example, you've helped this person grow their brand online. Yeah. What are some of the things that you use in order to track that, yes, you came in with these sales or these numbers and now you're at this place?
Well, like I said, first of all, Google Analytics is your friend. I will show you, for example, we started from here. We've gone to here, or we haven't gone to here. It also shows you, like, these reports that you can generate. They even show you when your audience is active, what more you need to do. Like I said, you need to talk to officials. You'll be like, okay, good, I've only grown by 4%. I want to grow by 14. What more can I do? Yeah, so we have reports. We do create reports per month that we can send to you, and then you can understand what your growth process has been. Also awareness. How many people are talking? You know, people need to talk. Yeah, so...
All right. Okay, and maybe for a final thing, what can you really tell a millennial or anyone really who's watching this show today and actually wants to get into business like you are and grow their brand using marketing, digital methods especially? What can you really tell them to do in order to take home with them and start to apply right now?
Register your company. It's very important. Don't just walk around with a name. Register your company. Just once you make that one investment, it's going to be easier to get into the next and into the next and into the next. Also, don't be shy to tell people you're running a company. It's not a problem, honestly. And a lot of people would even be afraid of being fired. But I feel like some bosses would just be like, okay, she's taking initiative. Good job. Yeah, so yeah.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Grace. Kuria, that's very, very informative, actually.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we really appreciate the time that we've had with Grace Kuria, the founder and managing director of Chilli Lemon Digital. And we've learned a couple of things, of course, one of them being opening up your website, deciding on your target market, being ready to pay a little bit of money. Of course, it can be as low as 100 Kenya shillings. So there's no excuse really to go into business and really taking the time out to learn and grow and develop yourself each and every single day. So continue to follow us on all the social media platforms and interact with us. That's on Facebook and Twitter at TV47KE. Of course, you can follow myself at Lucy_Riley and stay with us for the next news item.